53 civil society organizations across West Africa have told the military to steer clear from government as they are not an alternative to democracy. Arise correspondent Friday Local brings us details.
During a strategic meeting held 96 hours to the 65th session of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, the CSOs under the aegis of the West Africa Democracy Solidarity Network called on regional leaders to fast-track the review of the ECOWAS Supplementary Protocol and promulgate a code on presidential term limits. The coordinator, Paul Osei-Kufo, is advising ECOWAS to recognize presidential term limits, saying it is the preferred option among citizens to avert future coups.
Urge ECOWAS to expedite the review of the Supplementary Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance and strengthen it to include a prescription against unlimited presidential term or term limit elongations, having regard to the damaging impact of term elongation on peace and security in the sub-region.
The group says since 2019, 10 military coups have taken place in West Africa, with success in Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso, and Niger, among others.
Today, you go into power for a 4-year term, and by the third year or about the fourth year, you suddenly realize that 4 years is not enough, like our man, Passenger at some point. It's becoming more complex. Imagine, look at the data again. Between 2002 and 2023, we've had 35 amendments to constitution in 24 countries. Just changing constitution to perpetuate themselves in power. And 29 cases have been successful in 18 countries. That is 80% of the country, and failed in only 6 in 5 countries.
The director of Center for Democracy and Development says democracy remains the best form of government despite its challenges, while urging leaders to rectify faulty areas in its practice.
Today will not be the end of the event. It's just to herald the point of an idea that is going to take a long time to run. It's an idea that we are not going to be holding on to as the key organizations that are around the working, but we want it to be an idea that every West African should run with, because we all need democracy in order to better our lives.
They say despite the challenges which democracy may have, military governments cannot be better alternatives.
If the intentions for constitutional review is centered on the people and sustainable development of a nation, then that is very good. And the process through which the constitutional review takes place is very important. How much of public opinion processes were taken on board, how much of your voices, how much of the voices of various institutions and agencies were included.
Fragility of this, fragility of constitution in some countries in Africa is something we must face strongly and say that people must respect the fundamental law. If we decide to change the fundamental law, it must be in the interest of people, not in the interest of leaders.
The general consensus here is that any change of government and constitutional reviews should be at the instance of citizens and not for selfish interest by the military.